So the difficult ones are a little bit lower down, yeah, as in the, you know, the 8s, 9s and 10s. I'm just going to check that nobody's trying to get in, no, because obviously we're on a different code tonight. So that is what we're going to do. So it's up to you if you want to put your little Christmas songs on or whatever. And also it's up to you if you want to keep your sound on or off. Entirely up to you. If the dog's going to bark or the, you know, the doorbell's going to be ringing every 5 minutes. Lucky you, that's what I say. Okay, right, so we're just going to start off in a standing position and just a few shoulder and arm circles, just warming up. I'm not sure, I know I've seen Susie today, so I know she's done something, but I'm not sure if the rest of you have actually done anything since I last saw you. So, how is your back, Avril? Okay. Just a bit tweaky, is it? Yeah. Okay, and then you're going to bring the knuckles in together, so you're just going to make some fists. Feet are going to come a little bit wider. Hi, Caroline. And then we're going to rotate through the upper body. Just trying to keep your hips relatively still, so we get that thoracic mobility in there. Nice and slow if you need to. So remember, you don't need to come copying anything that I do as in speed wise. We can take it much slower and just moving around one way and the other way. So Caroline, if you missed the little beginning, we're going to do the 12 days of Christmas. Okay, we're going to reach up through one arm, big stretch over to the side and just opening up through that side body there, trying to pull the arm up and over, and then nice and slowly coming back. Same thing other way, so reaching, stretching up and over. That's it. So I hope you all had a nice Christmas day. Yeah, we're going up. Oh, hello. Okay.
Is it just me?
Yes, just you. It's all for you.
Oh my God! I better sign off.
It's you. It's not just you. No, there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh yeah, I can see now. I can't find my iPad. You know when you're sort of can't find anything amongst all of the gifts and things.
Right, just
I'm looking for survivors. So right. Sorry, I'm late. I'll just get this set up.
That's all right, sweetie. And then you're gonna bring your hands around, and then stretch out through your upper back. So you're actually gonna pull apart there. Fab stuff, and then just roll all the way up to the top. Now, our 12 days of Christmas is going to start with a roll down. So, like I say, you're not going to get me singing. You really wouldn't want that. So we're going to start on the first day of Christmas with one roll down. So come into your roll down, nice and even. Just stretching. I have no idea how long this is going to last, so we shall see. And then exhaling, rolling back up. On the second day of Christmas, we're going to come to, so turtle doves is going to be plank leg lift. So we're going to come into that roll, walk out into a plank. Now your option is to keep your knees down if you wish, and it's going to be a plank. 1 leg lift, 2 leg lifts, and then back in. And stacking everything up, ready for that roll down again. So as we know, the poem goes backwards. So 2 plank lifts and 1 roll down. On the third day of Christmas, we've got 3 push-ups. Okay, so rolling down again, nice and slowly. Remember that your push-ups can be on your knees if you need to. And also you can generously bend your knees to walk out. Walking yourself out to that plank position. 3 push-ups, either on your knees or in that high position. Walking back, tucking the toes, finding that plank. So we can do 2 plank lifts. And then walking yourself back into that 1 roll up. On the 4th day of Christmas, we have 4 Supermans. So rolling down again. This time coming out into your tabletop position. So just make sure you get everything set up properly each time. And then reaching, so 1 arm, 1 leg. Exhaling, reaching, keeping that alignment nice and square. So 4 of these, that's 2 on each side, pulling that rib cage in. Then back to those 3 push-ups. So remember, we're going backwards. Yeah, so 3 push-ups. Into your plank. 2 leg lifts. And then pushing yourself back into that roll down. On the 5th day of Christmas, we have 5 hip bridges. You almost got me singing then. So rolling down. This time you're going to need to turn yourself over on your back. So we want our feet so they are sort of close to our bottom. And then inhale to prepare. Exhale, keep those hips nice and even. Exhale, lift those hips up. Inhale to come down. So we've got another 4 of those. Breathing out. Really engaging through that pelvic floor. Inhale down. Okay, go for another 3. Excellent. And then straight over into those Supermans. So finding that tabletop position. Think about that good alignment. So exhale to reach. So 4 of these. And then into your 3 push-ups. Yep, so make sure those push-ups are really nice and strong. Take your time with them. Make sure your core's connected. Really working on that position. And then 2 plank leg lifts. So reaching up. Remember, you can put your knees down if you need to. That's it. And then back into that roll. Into that roll down. Okay, the next one, number 6, is roll-ups. So you can either do a seated half roll back or the full roll up. Let me just show you if you're not quite sure. So rolling up, this one. Okay, so your seated version will be a half roll back. And you might even do the roll back with the knees bent. Now you might do the roll back and not be able to sit back up, and that's fine. So you're going to be walking your hands over to the side and then just doing the negatives. Okay, so 6 of those. Really working on that breath. We're not rushing everything. Still keeping that technique. And then 5 hip bridges. There you go. That's about the best singing I can do. So into those 5 hip bridges. Remember, it's not about racing through. We're really working on the control, thinking about the hips, engaging as we lift up. So exhale to lift. Try and keep that ribcage from flaring up as well. Excellent. Last one. And then flipping over into that 4-point base for that good setup. Exhale as you reach. Keep that spine from tilting. Yeah, so we want those hips to be nice and neutral. That's it, good. And then 3 push-ups. So either onto your knees. Yeah, if you're getting really tired, start to adapt it to the wall. Okay, so push up, maybe incline onto the sofa or something like that if you need to. And then 2 plank leg lifts. Yeah, so you're probably there by now already. And then walking into that roll. Okay, we'll just wait till everyone comes back up. Awesome. Right, 7th day of Christmas, we're on to 7 shoulder bridges. So you're going to roll back down, turn yourself onto your back, place your hands behind you. Now just be aware that we are number 7, so we're going to be doing quite a few of these. So fingers pushed in, chest up, feet a little bit further away than you would normally. Try and have your hands round if you can, Claire, rather than that way. Yeah, but it does depend on your wrists, of course. Okay, and then lifting, looking down the body. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Now, if you're struggling to lift, you're just going to do the bottom lifts. If you're still struggling to lift, you're going to repeat those bridges. And as you get tired, you might decide that the bridge is going to be a better alternative for you. So then 7 shoulder bridges, 6 roll-ups. So we are long, rolling up, and then rolling back down. I've got my Go Faster leggings on, Lucy. So working on that breath, really slowing these movements down, working on the negatives. So that easy bit when you come backwards, that's the bit you're really trying to slow down because that's where you're building that strength. Then 5 hip bridges. So that's our 5 hip bridges. So over onto your back, inhaling, exhale, lifting up, inhale, come down, and again. So check that your pelvis is working equally here from left to right. Yeah, and you're evening out through your glutes. Make sure that as you get tired, you don't start to dip one hip, and we're keeping everything even. From there, rolling over into those 4 Supermans. As we work through these, make sure the spine stays neutral and you're not starting to arch into that back. Exhale, reach. Inhale to bring back to center. So watch those pelvises hiking up. Into those 3 push-ups. So on your knees or full push-ups. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Make sure your core is pulled in nice and tight. And you're really pushing into your shoulders as you come up. Then into those plank lifts. And then pushing back. Ready for that roll down. Okay, number 8, single leg circles. So rolling down, turning yourself over, laying on your back. So this, we have 8 on each leg. Do 4 in each direction. So for our single leg circle, we're taking one leg up to the ceiling. Now remember your alternatives for this. You can have the knee bent if you wish. So we're coming across the body to the opposite shoulder. Then we're going down and around. So you only have that leg moving inside the rectangle of the body. And you're keeping that hip glued down. So 4 in each direction. So go down, up and around. That's it. And also try and turn the leg out from the hip. And then switching legs. So the leg goes across the body first, down and around, staying in that line of the body. That's it, making sure it doesn't go out to the side. And then 4 the other way, so down, over and around. Down, over and around. 2 more. Excellent. Okay, from there, we're into 7 shoulder bridges. So coming up, fingers behind, and inhaling to prepare, looking down your body, exhaling, lifting up, inhaling, tapping the bottom down, exhaling, lifting up. Okay, go for another 5. Remember that if you start to get too tired, if your neck hurts, then just make sure you come down onto the floor and do those just normal bridges. Yeah, if it's too much for your wrists or for your shoulders. Okay, try and make sure your feet stay shoulder width apart. Sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say then. Yeah, so the next one's are 6 roll-ups. So starting on the mat if that's for you, otherwise you're going to do those seated versions where we are into the C curve. Yeah, so whichever one works for you. Well done. Trying your best to take momentum out of the equation so it all becomes strength. It all becomes strength, it all becomes core. You're gluing your heels down to the floor. Into 5 hip bridges. So feet shoulder width apart. Inhaling to prepare, exhaling. Oh, Pilates wouldn't be Pilates without a puppy showing up, Lucy. And up we go again. She's not a puppy anymore. She's like a proper big dog now. Keep those hips nice and even. Then flipping over into those 4 Supermans. Good stable base. Exhaling as you reach. Into those 3 press ups. So if you're starting to get tired, change the range, stay on your knees. Exhaling as you come up. Into the plank lifts. So making sure our bottoms don't start to hike up too high and our core stays really strong. And then pushing all the way back up into that roll. Good, awesome stuff. Right, side leg kicks next. So we're going to do our first one, which is our roll. just to get our, which actually is our last one. And then coming down, lying onto your side. Now it's up to you if you want to do this completely laying down onto your side like this. Okay, I haven't got a great deliverer. Or you'll be up onto your elbow, or you can even do the side, the full side kneeling. Okay, where you're up onto the hand. It's up to you. But remember, we have got 3 sets of these. So we're going 9 forwards. 9 forwards, what am I talking about? 9 on each side. So kick forwards. We're going to point the leg forwards, flex the foot, take it all the way behind, make sure the glute is active when you come to the back. So inhale forwards, exhale back. Still through the whole body, really pushing into the back of the knee crease and making sure that shoulder doesn't collapse as well. Yeah, so we're also pulling up through our sides. Totally lost count. I think this is probably about 7. Yeah, push up through that shoulder, Claire again. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And then you're going to swap over to the other side. So we've got 9 on each leg. Yeah, coming forwards with a pointed foot and back. Keep that torso really straight. So we're looking for the only movement to be in through the hip. Yeah, so we're trying not to sort of take our spine into the equation. Just that leg. That's it, well done. Totally have no idea how many we've done. I guess it's just 2 more. Yeah. Okay, then from there, 8 single leg circles. So you're going to start with the other leg, lying onto your back. Remember, you've got 4 in each direction. So we come across, over and around. Keep those hips as stable as you can. Yeah, so the pelvis, so your bottom doesn't actually lift. Yeah, so there's 2 ways of doing this. I prefer to teach it like this because it gets a lot more hip mobility and a lot more abdominal activity rather than taking the load over and taking it, you know, and just think it's much nicer like this. Okay, so make sure you've done 4 in each direction. I think you must be there by now, and then change the legs to the other side. So we're coming across, over and around. Remember that you always have the option of doing this with a bent knee, just like we do in class. So this is why I didn't want to open this one up to anybody, because obviously I'm not really cueing you through the movements. We're just going through the process. Yeah, so there's not a great deal of me explaining what we're doing. We're just doing. Yeah, so up and around both ways. Excellent stuff. Then into those shoulder bridges. Now we're obviously down to number 9 now. So we've got 9, 10, 11 and 12. So if you think you're feeling quite strong for the shoulder bridges, you can start to go into full shoulder bridges where the feet come forwards, but just remember you've got another 4 sets of these. Yep, so it's going to be lift and lower. So breath out, breath in. Okay, so your choice. And even coming down to those hip bridges, just a normal bridge. Yeah, if you're feeling too tired. Now, if you're into that full shoulder bridge, really use your glutes to push yourself up. And make sure you're looking down your body. Then from there, roll ups. So inhale, and then exhale. Pushing those feet down onto the floor. Controlling the descent. Well done. Excellent stuff. Really good, really good. So control those movements. Couple more, that should take you to your 6. And then 5 hip bridges. So bringing those feet nice and close in, but we don't want to bring them inside the knees. So they're close to your bottom, but they're not so close that when you push your knees up, your knees are going to be over your toes. So inhale to prepare, exhale. Engage both glutes as you push up. Make sure your core is working because you're starting to get a little bit fatigued now. Yeah, as we go through these repetitions. So really make sure that you work through your breath. Then 4 Supermans. Reaching. Hips nice and even, core connected. That's it, well done, 2 more. Then into those 3 push-ups, either full push-ups, but keep them really controlled. Okay, so we're looking for core connected, no saggy middles. Okay, I know we all feel like a bit like that today. But really staying strong. And then coming up. Oh, wrong. Plank leg lifts. Then walking back. Ready for your roll down. Okay, so we're on to 10. Oh, and you couldn't get through this once without the 100, could you? So it's 10 breaths. Yeah, Simon's laughing. 10 breaths, 100 pumps. So you're going to choose wherever you put your legs, whether you have your head in a curl up or down onto the mat. You might be single knee fold. You might be no knee fold at all. You might be straight legs. We might be hollow. Okay, so you choose, but you're going to work through your breath into those 100 beats. Now, just be prepared because you've got this 2 more times because we're on round 10 at the moment. So really work on your breath. Check that you're not losing that abdominal activity where we're pulling in that hollow body. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be guided by you guys. Excellent. And into 9 sideline leg kicks. So 9 sideline leg kicks, either elevated or down, your choice. So sweeping that leg forwards and back. Nice and controlled, keeping that lumbar still, keeping the pelvis still. So you've got that rod that comes through your hips and it's going to come forwards and back. Check the glute is active when you bring the leg back. So I'm really flexing through my foot to push my heel away from me. When you've done your 9, you're going to flip over to your other side. Just getting your setup nice and square, pushing through that heel. That's it, well done. Oh, I've got a good clicky ankle with this one. So keep it controlled. We're not just about flinging the leg around. We are really working on that control right from the hip. Fantastic. Then when you've done your 9, you're going to flip over on your back with your single leg circle. So our controlled single leg circle, remember it's in line with the body. And you're going to do 4 one way, 4 the other way, making sure that you're really strong through that center all the time. So we want to imagine that we have glue onto the back of our pelvis. Yeah, so we keep everything still, or you can imagine it another way, that you've got headlights onto your hips and they're pointing up to the ceiling and they're going to stay in one spot. So that's the type of control that we're looking for with our pelvis. So we're not just flinging that pelvis around, we're really using our strength through our transverse abdominis and also rectus a bit and our obliques to keep us so that we're really, really stable. There's a bit of glute work going on as well there. Into 7 shoulder bridges. So remember, you can either do the hip bridges if you're getting tired, change it to spine curls if you want to, fingers face in, these ones, yeah, with feet bent, looking down the body all the time, really squeezing those glutes up. Or you might decide to do the full shoulder bridge. So we've got another 2 rounds yet. Okay, so you might want to save yourself. Breathing out to lift. Into roll-ups. Yeah, so 6 roll-ups, everyone's favourite. Hence why I put it right in the middle. You can never do too many roll-ups. You might not say that tomorrow. Well done, well done. Okay, 5 hip bridges. God, it'll be over soon, I promise you, my singing. So lifting up through the hips, nice and even, making sure the rib cage is pulled in nice and tight. Fab job. When you've done your 5, you'll be going over into your Superman. So 4 Superman reaches. Keeping those hips nice and stable, core connected, nice long limbs. Then 3 push-ups, controlled push-ups. Much rather they're on your knees and they're smaller than they're full and they're, you know, a little bit crazy. So we want that real good technique into those plank leg lifts to each side. That's it, well done. And then back into that roll up. Sorry, roll down. Okay, so roll down for our first one. Now, 11 swimming. So we're coming down onto our front. Arms and legs. 1 lift, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is nice and slow, this swimming. Okay, into 100. So rolling over for your 100. Remembering your level, feet down, head up. But just remember, wherever you choose to do your 100, wherever your legs are, your hips need to stay still. You need to be able to sustain the breath through the whole movement. And obviously we are never ever going to lose that abdominal hollow position. So wherever your legs are, yeah, with head up, head down, your torso won't change at all. So we're always working on that strong point through the center. It's all generated from our powerhouse. Just remember your controlled breath. Really working on that breathing into those 100s. 9 side leg kicks. So laying laying full down onto your side or up onto the elbow, point forwards, flex back, either here. But it is the pin through the pelvis. So we're working on just that movement. Yeah, we don't want to fling and swing the shoulders around, etc., etc. So just working on that movement, keeping the leg really, really engaged. So we're working really, really strongly through the limb, both sides. So 9 and then swap sides. Pointing and flexing. And if you haven't had a chance to do my my Christmas mega mix, go and do it. It's only an hour and a half. You'll love it. You will, I promise you. 30 minutes of Pilates, 30 minutes of Tabata, and 30 minutes of yoga. I mean, what more can you ask? Claire was there. Caroline was there. You were there, weren't you, Caroline? You disappeared. There she is. Okay, so single leg kicks. It's there on repeat if you want to do it again. Sorry, single leg circles. 8 of these, so 4 in each direction. Keep that control. That's it, well done. Don't start to get sloppy because we're getting tired and we're at the end. Our form is going to be absolutely on point. We're sort of doing a quantity, I won't say quantity over quality tonight, but the process in your brain can be a little bit like that because it's a number thing. So you really want to make sure that we're not losing that quality because we're doing more repetitions and working with your breath all the time. Just think how Father Christmas has to struggle when he gets down that chimney. Okay, and from there, can't remember what's next. Oh yeah, 7 shoulder bridges. Everyone's favourite. So we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. We're going to run over. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not, because we didn't start at 7. That's fine. So shoulder bridges, lifting up. That's it. Full shoulder bridge or half shoulder bridge. Just look down your body. Keep squeezing your glutes. Really using the back of your body and pushing through your shoulders or changing it to the hip bridge. Into 6 roll-ups. I reckon you got 2 more of those. Yeah. And then into those roll-ups, all those C shapes. Now, as you're getting more fatigued, work on really trying to pin those feet down and ripple the spine down. So we're looking at trying to curl, 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 curl. And avoiding that fling as we come up, which is actually the really challenging bit, not to use that momentum. And it does help to sort of feel like you've got ankle weights on. So I know some of you have done this in class with me with ankle weights on, and you feel how heavy your ankles are, and it really does help. Okay, so next one. 5 hip bridges. So from there, feet hip distance apart into those hip bridges. That's it. So in your own time, make sure you get to 5. And then rolling over into your 4 Superman reaches. Making sure they're controlled, hips are nice and level. That's it, well done. Okay, 3 press ups. It's fine to be in a 4-point kneeling position now if you're starting to wane in those press ups. Remember, it's all about keeping a good stable spine. And then the plank Plank reaches can start to be kicks. Yeah, but remember you're almost there. You're almost there. And then curling up. Okay, into that last one. Right, this time 12 saws. Okay, so down we go. Finding a seated position with the straddle. Not the easiest to maneuver into quickly. And I did say, Jeff, that you didn't need a block. I clearly lied because you probably do for this one. Sorry. Right, so into straddle, knees bent if you need to. Now, you can start with this one. Okay, otherwise we're going to go twist and reach. So each side is one. So you can do 2 pulses each side. Yeah, so we've got 6 in each direction. Try and pull the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen up every time. Pin the hips down. That's it. Really reach further and further, but with control each time and not dumping into the low part of the back. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Flexing the feet if you can. I should imagine you're almost there now. Well done. So that's the last one for me. So over, we go all the way down, and then you're done. So 11 swimming. And we're going to keep this nice and slow. So start on the opposite side. So the side that feels unnatural to you, start on that side, because it's an odd number. Okay, when you've done your 11, we're back over for that final 100. Yeah, so this one you might decide to push yourself a little bit more. And actually, as long as you can stay in that hollow center position, you might decide to change the leg position. Yeah, so I'm going to go long legs and just show you what I mean. So I'm going to start my legs up at the ceiling, and I'm going to lower down until I can't hold that hollow position. Okay, and carry on till you get to your 100. Keep working through your breath. Really keeping that core connected. Trying to squeeze those inner thighs together as well will help you a little bit. Get that pelvic floor activation. Remember, you are not going to lose that hollow position. Doesn't matter which shape you're in. You're pulling inwards. There's going to be no doming up through the tummy. Excellent job. Oh, you're almost there. So we're into 9 side leg kicks. So laying on your side and then taking that leg forwards and back. Option to be up onto the elbow. Yeah, so point the foot forwards, flex it back. Make sure you can feel the glute when you take the leg behind you. Yeah, that's it. Well done. Exhale back, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really push and engage through the side of the body as well. And then flipping over to the other side. So taking those legs around, getting them stuck underneath the reformer. Oh, is that just me? Okay. You might be having a back soon, Simon. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so pushing back into that heel. Inhaling forwards, exhaling back, squeezing that bottom cheek. That's it, good. I don't know about you, but it feels quite nice to be moving and doing something quite normal. Christmas is always an odd time, isn't it? Okay, and then going onto your back. for those single leg circles. So 4 in each direction. That's it, well done. Keep those hips nice and still. So actually I can see huge improvement. I know we've gone through a lot of repetitions, but I can see huge improvement from the first lot we did of these. So that's really awesome, because sometimes just, you know, doing lots and lots of repetitions can really drill it in about technique, changing leg, over and round. And 4 each direction. Excellent. 7 shoulder bridges. So into those shoulder bridges, remember, take the option if your wrists are hurting and your shoulders are tired. Or if you want to add on, you're into those full shoulder bridges. Seven roll-ups. I'm sorry, 6 roll-ups. You can do 7 if you want. 1 for luck. That's it. Breathing out as you're coming up, inhaling as you're coming back. Well done. Really working on that negative as you roll backwards will really help you to build the strength you need to sit back up. Excellent. Breath out. That's it. Good. And into 5 hip bridges. That's the last time you're going to hear me sing. Lucky you. So hips come up, working on the control. It feels like it's quite an easy move compared to some of the other ones we've done, but this is really, it's a really important exercise, this one. And then from there, over to the 4 Supermans. Keeping those hips stable, rib cage pulled up and in, breath out as you reach. We don't want any wobbling around and no dipping in our spine. Into 3 push-ups. This is your last set. So it's up to you if you do them on your knees or a full push-up or wherever you want to be. Into plank, leg lifts. So 2 on each side. And then walking all the way back. And having a very slow roll down, which is actually a roll up because we're finishing in the up. Okay, amazing. Give yourself a bit of a clap. Totally different to my normal classes, of course, but why not do something completely different at Christmas? Okay, so we're going to do some stretching now. We sort of need a bit of an all over really. So actually what we're going to do is start sitting. And then we'll look at our shoulders and our arms first. So any position that's comfortable for you to sit. And you're going to bring your arm across. Very well done. I don't know how many repetitions that was, if someone feels free to do the maths. And then across the other side. It's really opening up through the through the shoulders there. Now you get actually quite a good stretch with a lot of the exercises anyway. So shoulder bridge, we've really opened up our biceps and our chest. So we're not going to bother with that one. We're going to come and interlink our fingers and we're going to push and round through our upper back. So look down towards your belly button. C curve through the spine. And then reaching up and over one side. So just opening up through the side body. Do anything you fancy with your legs. So they can be long, they can be crossed, they can be straddled. Yeah, just get that stretch. So opening through your side and make sure the hip doesn't lift. So that's what I'm interested in here. Your doggy looks like a little cushion, Lucy. Just curled up, all I can see is like a big shaggy pile. And nice and slowly over the other side. Okay, now you're either going to come to a cow position, so this one, yeah, where you're going to dip your back and stretch your tummy muscles, or you're going to lay onto your front and you're just going to lift up. So whichever one you think will be best for you to stretch your tummy. Yep. If you're used to this, this one down on the front, you can push up through your hands, but only if that feels okay and you're used to doing that. Yep. Then we're all going to take ourselves back to rest position or child's pose and stretch out through your back, walk your fingers forwards. Let the head come down. Now, either doing pigeon, okay, or you're going to do reclined pigeon. So pigeon is where I'm going to thread my leg through. Reclined pigeon is where I'm going to come onto my back and bring my ankle onto the knee. Yep. Anyone isn't sure, give me a wave and I can demo whichever one you want to do. Yep. And switching sides. And I am doing another class on Wednesday morning. It's going to be more of a sort of beginner's level because I've got lots of new people that are coming in. Because I've opened it up to anybody, but you are absolutely more than welcome to join as well. So coming over on, if you're not on your back, you're going to come onto your back, bring your feet to the floor and let your knees butterfly out to the side. So we're going to stretch the inner thighs. Push the low back into the back, and it's up to you if you take your arms over your head or not. But if you take your arms over your head and your rib cage starts to flare up, and you lose that shape through your torso, then bring the hands and arms back down. So have a little rock from your hips from side to side there. And then bringing one knee into your chest, stretch the other leg away on the mat. So one knee in, hug it in nice and tight. You might feel a stretch into the big muscle of the glute or a little bit into the groin or the back of the hamstring. But some people will feel nothing here. Sometimes you feel a stretch in the top of the hip flexor or the top of the quad as well. And switching sides. And remember that we're never ever symmetrical. So one side might feel very different to the other. Now, keeping hold of this leg, we're actually going to take this knee across to the opposite shoulder. So the hip is going to lift. Basically, going to pull the knee across to the opposite shoulder, keeping the knee high. Now, with this one, you're likely to feel stretched down the side of the glute, maybe into the low part of the back as well. You might even feel it sort of down the side of the leg here. It just depends on where you sort of hold your tightness. Okay, or indeed what sport you've been doing, etc., etc. So bring that knee up, the opposite side now, and you're going to take it across the body. So let the hip lift, but keep pulling that knee up to the opposite shoulder. That's it, and all the way over onto our side. And we're going to have a stretch through our quad. So you're going to bring the foot up behind you. And just bring that leg up. Yeah, use a strap, a magic circle, whatever you've got to hook that foot. And switch to the other side. You're all very quiet tonight. It's because you're not all in your normal class, isn't it? You're all being on your best behaviour. Okay, and then lying onto your back, just bring your knees into your chest, and we're going to go into a few minutes of relaxation after that. So just bring your knees in, have a little massage of that lumbar. Disappear if you have to. Okay, and lie yourself down onto the mat. And let your feet come to wherever feels nice and comfy for you, so you can relax your body. And just breathing in and out. You're going to gently close your eyes as long as that feels okay for you. Taking some really well-earned long breaths in. And exhaling. Filling up your lungs with all that lovely inhale. And exhaling all the way out. Totally relaxing the whole body. Giving yourself a full mental scan here, so you can actually pinpoint any areas where you're holding that tension. It might be your hips, it might be your ankles, your shoulders, wherever it is, just see if you can try and let go through that area. And just release that, even if it's a small bit of tension. Maybe you have a slight engagement through your glutes, or your jaw is just sort of working at staying closed. So just let your mouth come open. Let your chin come loose. Feel your cheeks just slide down the side of your face. And one more full round of breath. Before we bring some small movements into our fingers, into our toes. And remembering that breath work just takes minutes out of your day. And all you need to do is sit and breathe. It costs nothing, and it's the most wonderful, wonderful relaxation tool for the whole body. So slowly bringing your knees back in. And gently rolling yourself over to one side. And bringing yourself up to seated. So feel free to just disappear or take your sound off. So